Saw them shooting at them. The cops, they've got cameras everywhere, right? You drive from Brisbane. I had to drive from Brisbane City to the Gold Coast recently. You drive from Brisbane to the Gold Coast, there are so many cameras in between those two places, right? You know, you should be able to stop in when you get at the Gold Coast, like a kiosk, you know, like those theme parks. You should be able to buy the pictures of your trip, right? A memento of the horror that you've just lived through. Because the pictures would all be different, wouldn't they? The first one you're shocked, going, oh! The second one you're just annoyed, going, oh! By the third one you're trying to make it look like you're in the passenger seat. It's ridiculous. You see crazy stuff on the highway too, have you noticed that? You see really crazy stuff? Like, I don't know if you've ever seen these signs, right? There's these signs on the highway, you drive around, see signs, you see flashing lights, witches' hats, signs, and a heap of tape out just to say, this is what the sign says, caution, guardrail damaged. What is the point of that sign? Like, when was the last time you were at high speed on the highway and you're in the middle of having an accident and you saw that sign and went, whoa, can't crash there. That's unsafe. What's the point of that sign? And late at night, it just draws you in like a moth to a flame, right? Like you drive along, whoa, what's all that about? You just damage the bit next to it. It's self-perpetuating. It's ridiculous, right? Have you ever had that thought? Do you live in a house? Do you live in a house, fella? Yeah. When you go to bed at night time, you know when you turn that final light off in the house, you just turn it off like it's lights out, it's time for sleep. Have you ever had this thought when you turn that last light out, of a moth that's been coming from ages away? Glad you said yeah, because I've had that thought myself. And just after I had that thought, what I thought was, turn back on. And just count to 10. I thought it was just me. I love this job because I work predominantly at night time. I don't have to do much during the day. I can do whatever I like, to be honest. In fact, I live with a lady who's got 2 kids. I can hang out with them. And well, to be honest, she's my wife. They're our kids, but they don't chip in. I think it's nice. It's nice to have nights, you know, as your workplace because the daytime is free. But major companies have worked out that I don't do much during the day. They've started making me do things that I never wanted to do. I didn't ask for the job. I don't want it. I don't even need the job, right? And you're probably doing it yourself. Like, I'm working part-time at Woolies. Anyone else? You probably are. You know those self-serve checkouts? You don't even know you're rostered on, do you? Like, you're just up there buying your stuff, middle of the day, and then all of a sudden, what? I'm working? Hey! I don't know how it's my first day. I'm very nervous. No uniform, no training, nothing, right? I don't think it's unfair. I think it's unfair on the other people that still work there. You know those 2 kids that have still got a job at Woolies? You know, they're nervous about it too. You can tell when you actually line up for them. Like, how are you today? Woot. Got a card? Have a nice day! Kept my job. And you see them looking over at the self-serve area, just willing people to stuff it up, going, don't get it right. I want to move out of my parents' house. Like, it's just, I don't think it's right that they get us to do the job. Like, there's a few things missing. I've mentioned the uniform and the training, that's gone, right? Occupational health and safety's out the window when you start your job at Woolworths. I was wearing thongs one day, buying beetroot in a tin. Now, if I drop that, I'm off on combo for weeks. It's ridiculous, isn't it? And you're brand new, you don't know where anything is. You're like looking at vegetables going, I don't know what it's called. You look things up and go, oh, that'll do. I think it's ridiculous. And they've just got one person to watch all of those people at the self-serve, like one staff member to look after 8 brand new staff members. They can't see everything, can they? Like, I've never wanted to steal from Woolworths before. But they've made it too easy, right? They've made it easy and I'm not happy with the boss, so I'm doing it. And it's easy, you've just got to perfect one thing. It's quite easy, it's just a noise. Everything's free now, isn't it? She's not looking. Oh, she's got a problem over there with someone that thinks an avocado's an orange. Like, hey! Free range eggs? Free. Free range bacon? Free. Fancy hollandaise sauce. Couldn't even afford that before. Free. Pay pass, I'm gone. If they're forcing me to work there, I'm staying for stock take. That's their own fault, isn't it? I stuffed it up. Seriously, it's ridiculous. And I've got a whole heap of those Jamie Olivers.